Have you ever noticed that a plot you ignored about 6 months ago, barely a few months ago, is suddenly selling for double the price today? Or you must have also heard some people say things like, oh, I should have bought that plot when it was at 5 million,
Yeah.
or I should have bought it when it was like 7 million. It's currently at 15, 20, or 25, million naira. And the question is, why does that happen?
Exactly.
Some people think that maybe developers just wake up in the morning and just decide to change prices, right? So in this live video, we're going to discuss why this happened and what it means or what you can do about it.
So today we'll simply break down the 5 major reasons property prices go up in the city of Abuja.
Yeah.
So if you're planning to buy land or invest in Abuja real estate,
Mhm.
understanding these 5 different stages would help you save some money and at the same time help you make very informed decisions at the right time. So the
Absolutely.
first stage we're going to look at today is the pre-sale pricing. So when you hear pre-sale, what comes to your mind? Let's go back to the very beginning. Why are prices usually lowest when an estate is first launched? So um, the is it because the developer just want to do, what do they call this? Just want to do free giveaway.
Mhm.
I'm sure that's what some people are thinking in their mind, right?
Yeah.
But that is what we call pre-sale phase. So
Yes.
when a developer put out a property to the market,
Mhm.
at pre-sale prices where
Mhm.
it is very, very low, it is referred to as the pre-sale stage,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
at this stage, it is just the vision that the developer has.
Mhm.
And the planning is ongoing. There are a lot of paperwork going on behind the scenes
At this
that
point.
you may not see,
Yeah.
okay? Including approvals may still be in the process. And then infrastructure hasn't started yet.
Exactly.
In fact, I've even gone far. You've not even started clearing,
Mhm.
of the land itself. So at this stage, developer rewards those people who believe in this project at this particular stage.
Yes.
And the funniest thing is, it is difficult to believe in a project that is at this stage.
Actually.
But there are some people who have this foresight, and then simply because they trust the developer, they've seen the developer's track record,
Yes.
they go ahead and they buy. So for this set of people, what the developer does in turn is to reward that belief.
Yes.
For them believing in his project, he rewards them. And what does he reward them with? He rewards them with, the prizes that he sells at that point.
Exactly.
So at that point, most of the times, the prices are almost, they are giveaway prices, almost at the same prices that the developer acquired the land itself. So
Absolutely.
for him, simply because you believe in the project, what he does is reward you. So basically, this is one of the phases where a lot of people earn high return in real estate. So for people who buy at this stage, when everything is in place later in the future, when you look back, you realize that they are the biggest winners because they get to enjoy like longer term value appreciation when it comes to their own property, when it comes to their own investment, rather.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what it is. And the annoying part of this phase one and the phase two of development is that people barely see what is going on. And that
Exactly.
leads us to the next, reason. Reason number two, why the property prices increase in the city of Abuja or anywhere else. So like Shirley said, the pre-sale point, this is before sales begin,
Officially.
before official sales. Now the next phase, now official sales has begun, but is the estate or the property is still undergoing preliminary works or development. At this point now, clearing is now happening, surveying, setting out the boundaries, the fencing has just started, and at that phase as well, and you still have more skeptics, like
Mhm.
more people that that don't necessarily really believe in the project
Yeah.
more than those that believe, right?
Yeah.
And so, but because there is some, survey work is complete at this point, the security arrangements have started. Like we saw in the site we went today, they were now dropping the security point house in the estate. Boundaries is beginning to be established. So all these things cost money.
Exactly.
So now there is more money put into the project than
yeah.
the money that was used in acquiring and registering. And
Interesting.
so, of course, this extra money put in is also added to the cost of the property.
Wow.
You see, so at that point, you see that now that there is some preliminary, it's not even the main construction or the main work.
Yes.
You see preliminary, right?
True.
That adds to the cost. And so the price again increase at that point.
Exactly. So at this point, because of the few things going on site, people begin to pay attention, right?
Exactly.
Because they are doing the mapping, bringing up security, and then there's movement on site.
Yes.
The excavation of the land is going on, and then people begin to pay attention.
Yes.
They begin to ask questions.
What's happening
What
here?
is happening here?
Yes.
Now, this leads us to the third point, which is where the stage where we have the building approvals and then active construction, right? So before the developer begins construction, he must have gotten some of his approvals.
Yes.
And because those approvals are met, he has gotten the permission by the government to start building, to start work actually. So at this stage, when you go to site, you likely see the fencing work going on. At the same time, the gatehouse is going on.
Absolutely.
The internal roads are being created. Everything is happening almost at the same time with speed. So you're seeing things going on, and then you're wondering what is actually happening here, right? So all of these things that are going on usually add value to that investment.
Yes.
So even at this stage, because the developer has spent some money in doing all of these, preliminary works on ground, getting the property ready for you, the prices usually would increase.
Yes.
So at this particular stage now, people are no longer asking questions like, what is going on here? They are now more interested.
Yes.
The way they ask questions now change. How much can I get a plot here?
Yes.
How am I going to acquire, also be part of this project?
Yes.
Because they can visibly see what is going on.
Absolutely.
And the confidence for a lot of investors at this point has increased.
Definitely.
Simply because of what they are seeing on ground, right? But this is the stage where demand also increases. Demand is higher at this point.
Yes.
Where people begin to talk about it like this, every other person wants to be part of the project. As a result, the demand increases. And usually what happens when the demand increases, prices automatically also rise.
Absolutely. And that leads us to the reason number 4 of why land or property prices increase in Abuja, which is now scarcity and demand.
Yeah.
Now, the construction and the approvals that have started happening have started bringing a lot of demand.
Exactly.
And then demand, of course, is pure economics, scarcity and demand. So let's take, for instance, an estate is 100 plots, for instance, right? And at 100 plots, the first person buy, the first 5 people bought, the first 10 people bought. It's no more 100.
Exactly.
It's now 90. Now it's a limited number. So, and imagine the kind of work, that has gone into the project. Now there's fencing, now there's tarred roads, people have started building, the developer has spent a lot of money, infrastructure, electricity, etc. Now remain like 20 or 25 out of 100.
Yeah.
Definitely prices increase. And at that point, when anymore, the demand just keeps coming and keeps coming. And so that is exactly what now happens at that point. And people want more. People still want to buy. Some people that even bought want to buy more. Like this is we've experienced. Some people will now tell their friends and family about it. And they now want to buy as well. Oh, I bought in this place. So yeah, come and buy your own too. Stuff like one of my clients, I even wanted his friend to have one beside him. He said, oh, come and buy your own beside here too. That kind of thing. Right, and that started happening, and then the fewer opportunities are available. And this is just simple economics, right? The fewer opportunities are available, the more the value of those opportunities become, and that automatically also increases the price of the property.
Now, this leads us to the fifth point, which is market validation and social proof. She touched a bit on that, right? So this is that phase where, and it is a very interesting one, by the way, because it doesn't have to do with the land itself. It has to do more with human behavior.
Yeah.
And let's go back to the very beginning. At the launch, people are skeptical. They're like, what is going on here? They're asking questions like, will this developer deliver?
Yes.
They have doubts, so they ask a lot of questions. But another thing is also some of them wait. In fact, majority wait, and they just keep watching. So they watch from the launch to the early development stage till when everything is clear. They are still watching, right? But then something begins to happen. While they were watching from the very beginning, people were buying.
Yes.
People were buying, and then development began, construction began, and then testimonials also started coming in. And where did this testimonial come in? From people who bought early, those ones that the developer rewarded, with affordable prices.
Yes.
So they begin to hear testimonials, they begin to call and tell their families, oh, there's this project going on somewhere in Abuja. Have you bought? I got 2 plots. Just like he mentioned, his friend wanted his own plot to be beside him. I also had that experience in one of our projects currently, where the client brought his wife to see the property, and right there called his cousin. I was like, you need to own a plot right here.
Yes.
And more of those testimonials, we have them and we experience them every day. So families as well begin to recommend this very project to their relatives. Have become very known, right? So suddenly everyone wants to be part of it.
Yes.
Nobody wants to be the first person to visit an empty restaurant, for example.
Exactly.
Right?
That's a perfect example.
This is just what happens when it comes to places where they sell food as well. Imagine you go to a restaurant and then people are there.
Yes.
There's a long queue, and then there's another restaurant beside you where maybe you just have 5 persons. You'll be like, please, this one, we have a lot of people. So there should be something about this restaurant. I need to buy my own food here as well, right? And the same thing is applicable to real estate. So at this point where the project becomes very known, everyone is talking about it, families are recommending it, suddenly everybody wants to be part of the project.
Yes.
Nobody wants to, miss out on that project anymore. And the more people buy into a project, the confidence increases, right? And that confidence creates more demand. So the funniest thing is the people who ignore the project from the very beginning, most times are the ones, after they watch the project increase from the first price to the next price, they're the ones who be like, I wished I bought when it was selling at this particular price, when they were just watching, right? They are the ones who insist now, no matter how expensive, no matter the cost of this project right now, I must be part of it, right? And at this moment, we always say, prices will definitely increase. They'll never remain at the same price where the product was just launched into the market. So usually people who wait more end up paying more. They pay premium prices. Now, this leads us to, an introduction to one of our amazing properties here, because we've told you why property prices increases. So we're going to, show you a property that the price is set to increase in less than 2 weeks on the 16th of June 2026. So this property is called City View Park and Resort, which is located in Gusa, Idu, just about 5 minutes from the Idu train station. So this is a, lifestyle kind of estate where we're going to have beautiful amenities, from a helipad, to a recreational center to a golf course right in the estate, right? It just goes beyond the traditional estate that we are very familiar with. And the amazing thing is that the prices right now are very affordable. It is also a C of O property, an FCDA C of O property. This means one thing, that the property is properly, registered and backed by the government, right? At the moment, the fencing work is up, the gatehouse, the early development work is currently going on. And 200 square meter plot size right in this estate is currently selling for 9 million naira. The beauty is with just an initial deposit of 750,000 naira, you can get to lock in your plot. So we have different plot sizes available. If you want bigger plot sizes, we also have that option available for you. So if you've watched this session up until this moment, you can just send us a DM. There's a number in the description, and we would give you the full details and walk you through how you can lock in your plot in this particular estate.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. We also have a second one that is going up in price by the 7th of June, 2026. This particular estate is called Hotel Exclusive. So the phase 1, 2, and 3 are all going up in price. Currently starts at 7.4 for the phase 1,
Yeah.
and 16.4 roughly for the phase 2. 7.4 for the phase 3 and 16.4 for the phase 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And they'll be going up 25% by the 7th. So
Exactly.
and if you follow these two estates we just talked about, you could see the trajectory from the pre-sales to the next phase, and just keeps going on and on. And of course, those that are coming in now automatically have at least 25% increase by
Exactly.
in the next 2 weeks. So 1 week for Hutu and then 2 weeks for City View, and you want to lock in on these. I mean, I understand that some people don't get to hear about these things on time, right? But that's why we try to, push out this information to you as much as possible. So, in conclusion, even as we wrap up, if you've ever wondered why property prices keep increasing in Abuja, now you know. The goal of this video was to basically just walk you through why these things happen. It's not random, it's not emotional.
Sure.
I also understand that it's not everywhere in the world that prices of property increase like this.
Very true.
One of the reasons it's unique and is unique in Nigeria is because we don't have proper mortgage funding per se, right? We as developers, we fund our project ourselves, right? And usually, of course, use yourself, your money fund the thing as it comes out, you get it's just like that, right? And so those are the 5 stages. There are more, but these are basically the 5 stages and reasons why prices increase. And just by way of a recap, the first is pre-sale pricing, which is, of course, before we hit the market, we simply tell a few people about it. You key in and you get in on the same price as the developers. The second is preliminary development stage. So this is when you've just hit the market and now starting clearing, fencing, preliminary works, right? Not the main work, but just, preliminary. The third is at that point where, like in a place like Abuja, you don't start building until you have building approval, right? And so the building approval is now out, and so construction has started. In fact, this is where many people now jump on the whole thing because it's exciting at this point. You can see things. There's earth moving machines around. Everything is happening. The excitement is up. Then the fourth is now after that rush of a building stage, then scarcity now sets in. The plots start reducing. Of course, prices increase. And then lastly is the final phase when the market is there's now social proof, buyers and more buyers. So next time you see a project say 25% increase or it has gone from this to this. I even remember someone asked me not too long ago that, but Jeff, nothing has happened on the land. Why is it increasing? You know, and I tried to explain to him at that point, right?
Yeah.
And I hope this video actually helps you if you had that kind of question. If you enjoyed this video up to this point, kindly just let us know in the comments, like, comment, share this video with your friends and family. So our question, even as we step out of the stage right now, is um, you know, are you that property you are looking at, you've been looking at, you've contacted the realtor, the developer, whoever you contacted, are you still waiting and hoping that the prices will go down, especially in Abuja, or going to hop in before the next price increase, right?
Yeah.
Which will it be for you? All right. So till we come your way next time, I hope you found value in this particular conversation today. If you have any questions around, price increase in Abuja, kindly just let us know in the comments. We'll be happy to take your questions. Till we come your way next time.
Bye.
Enjoy a fantastic day.